2023, June 22, Thursday. Sluggish competitiveness, drop in Korea's global ranking spells trouble for government efficiency. The annual report on World Competitiveness Ranking issued by the International Institute for Management Development, or IMD, tends to draw keen attention from media and policymakers here. Although some critics question the evaluation's accuracy, it still serves as a useful yardstick for assessing a country's global competitiveness. The IMD has been putting out the report reflecting four factors that determine a nation's competitiveness: economic achievement, government efficiency, corporate efficiency, and infrastructure. This year, South Korea's ranking dropped a notch from a year earlier and to rank 28th among 64 countries in the survey. Out of 14 countries in the Asia-Pacific region, Korea was number 7, also down one spot from last year. The pace of decline may not be dramatic, but policymakers need to scrutinize what has led to the drop in the ranking, as the country has either stagnated or slumped for 3 years in a row since 2020, when it ranked 23rd in global competitiveness. A look at the survey results by sector suggests the country's economy is relatively faring well. While the government is saddled with efficiency problems in economic performance, Korea's ranking rose from 22nd last year to 14th this year, an all-time best. The robust results are thanks to improvements in the economic performances subcategories: employment 6th to 1st, prices 49th to 41st, and domestic economy 12th to 11th. Strangely enough, the Finance Ministry attributed the upbeat score of economic achievement to the government's efforts to tackle global challenges. Actually, it was poor government efficiency that dragged down the country's overall ranking. According to the IMD report, Korea's government efficiency ranked 38th this year, down 2 notches from last year. In detail, the rank fell from 32nd to 40th in public finance, from 3rd to 45th in foreign exchange stability, from 45th to 52nd in political instability, and from 57th to 60th in bureaucracy. In the subcategory of public finance, Korea witnessed troubles in key indicators such as fiscal balance relative to gross domestic product and the growth rate of government debt. This seems to be the result of a widening fiscal deficit and snowballing sovereign debt. It is regrettable that experts have long pointed out potential risks related to the government's reckless spending that severely undermines fiscal soundness, one of the key factors related to the country's competitiveness. According to the fiscal trend report released by the government on Thursday, the national debt, or the debt of the central government, stood at 1,072.7 trillion won, $830 billion at the end of April, up 19 trillion won from the previous month. Compared to the level seen at the end of 2022, the national debt jumped by 39 trillion won. The consolidated fiscal balance, the government's total revenue minus total expenditures, was a deficit of 29 trillion won in April. If items like national pensions are subtracted from the consolidated figures, the actual administrative fiscal deficit is estimated to have reached 45 trillion won, a drastic increase of 7 trillion won compared to a year ago. Some critics claim that the problems with fiscal soundness were initiated by the previous Moon Jae-in administration, which allegedly spent taxpayer money on welfare projects recklessly. But it seems that the problem lies in the political circles more broadly, as the Liberal parties tend to propose populist spending plans, especially ahead of elections, as the country holds general elections in April next year. The major parties and lawmakers are widely expected to call for larger state budgets to carry out pet projects and attract more votes. Given the country's sluggish global competitiveness, policymakers are required to help improve its fiscal soundness by adopting more belt-tightening measures and strengthening criteria for new spending projects. In particular, lawmakers are urged to work on legislation on fiscal rules that has made virtually no progress in the National Assembly.